everyone. Good morning. How are we all doing? Wow. What's happened to the weather? Where's the sun gone? But I'm trying to keep in with the sun by wearing something nice and bright. Let's see if we've got some people to come and join us and see what's happening, see how everyone is doing today. I do have a nice hot cup of coffee, which is always a bonus, and a really lovely sunny fun program to do for today. So let's just have a quick look and see what's happening. Let me see what's going on. Okay, so let's see who's here. Good morning from a breezy Barrow, dull and breezy Barrow from Rachel. Good morning. It's very grey, isn't it? It is very grey. Good morning from Jan. Good morning, Laura and Beadon family from a very warm and sunny Sudbury. You've got the warmth then, Jan. That's where it is. Well, I have tried to keep this this theme for this week to be in keeping with the sun and the summer. Good morning, Camille. Good morning, Laura. A bit dull so far. Hope you're well. Very good, thank you. You love the Suncatchers. Oh, Jan, I'm really pleased. I wanted to do something different. And so this is my last week for a little while because, well, I say a couple of weeks because I'm going on holiday. And so I was like, if I don't do these Suncatchers this week, it's going to be winter again before I get a chance to do them. So I really wanted to get them and bring them because I am aware sun is around. And also the sun is still coming through on days. Good morning, Kelly. It's lovely in Wolverhampton. Oh, see, the sun is around. It's just not down south. Hi, Anastasia. Peace and love, Laura, from Atlantic, Georgia at 5 a.m. Wow. Lovely to see you, Anastasia. Oh, Kelly, I'm sat waiting for my mate to come out of surgery. Well, I hope that they're okay and that all is good. Good morning, Elaine. She says good morning, Laura and everyone. Oh, it's so lovely to see so many people here. I'm going to go ahead and get the website ready to show you how you can get your hands on the project for today. Don't say the W word yet. We haven't had summer yet. 100%. And that's what I'm saying. But I mean, we had a really lovely weekend. It was really lovely and bright. Yesterday was, I don't know about where everyone else is, but I'm in Bristol. And in Bristol, it seems to be starting off quite grey. And so you're like, oh, it's a bit chilly. I might just, I might have to put something a little bit warmer on. Not warm like as in a jumper, but, And then by the end of the day, you're like, because it's boiling. Good morning, Maxine, from a very sunny Preston in Kent. See, it is around. They're having a baha fitted. Oh, I hope it all goes okay for them. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Carol. Oh, it's so lovely to see you all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've got for today. I've got 6 variations. So let's, we want to sort of do something a little bit different today. I know last week we did a little bit different as well, using the we did the wooden beads, and I really enjoyed doing them, and it was really lovely to have everyone engage with me as well. So thank you for joining me for that. So let's head on over, and I can show you. I'll try and show you because it's a bit tricky to show it in full, but the Suncatchers themselves are very nice. I mean, look at these crystals. Are these just not the most beautiful crystals? And so I've tried to team them up with matching rondelles, some silver chain, some more rondelles, one of these beautiful little crystal clovers. I just thought, imagine that catching that sun, that's just going to spin. And so, yeah, that's what we've got. So I'm going to pop this down and I'm going to show you, because it's going to be difficult for me to kind of show you them all, but I'll try. I'm going to keep this camera on for the moment because these are more of a, obviously really tricky to photograph as well, but more of a visual to sort of see them hanging in this sort of style. But see how it spins? When the sun catches, it's just going to spin all the way around the room. And then you've got different points where the sun can hit. So let's take you over Oh, thank you, Kelly. I just really love them. We've got gold version. We've got so many. So excited. I'll show you some. I'll show you a gold version. I don't know which I prefer. So we have this one here, and I tried to check. I've done kind of two variations on the design. So it's the same design, but just different placements. So I don't know if you can see, but we've got this beautiful, sort of lovely mermaidy, almost crystal. And then I've changed the design a little bit. So on this one, you've got 3 of the crystals here. You've got your bead, and then you've got a nice little drop of them up here as well. And the beauty is you can tailor these to be any length you want them to be. You might just want a little sun catcher. You could just have them come, you know, in your studio. I love, I always have a bit of a thing, as I won't bore you with it, but we've always had, we lost my mum sort of 8 years ago. And when we're doing stuff, we have change arounds and things like that. And then the sun catcher will just catch, we've got sun catchers around, and they'll just catch, and the room will just fill with rainbows. And we always go, oh, you know, Nan or Mum's happy. It's just a nice little link for us as well. So sun catchers have that special place for me. I think I love the rainbows that it catches, and the sun just brightens up the room, doesn't it? So let me take you over to the page. Just checking it's right. Where are you? Share. There we go. Okay. So you can see here that we've got our Totally Beads website, and you can see that we've got our, if you go to our video tutorials, you can see this here. And if you look, you can see we've got our projects, and here we have the Lucky Drop Suncatcher, and what a beautiful name that is for this. Good morning, Sheila. Anastasia thought this was a necklace. It could be a necklace. It's quite a chunky drop though. It's quite a, but definitely a statement necklace. But I say you'll have enough to be able to make other stuff with as well. So we've got, as I said, sort of there is kind of sort of 5 variations of this. Now you can see it's normally $9.99, but we've got it down as $8.49. And so we've got a couple of different variations. Good morning, Angela. How are you today? So you can see here that we've got, this will make two of your sun catchers. Okay, so you've got a crystal long drop pendant, crystal lucky clover bead, crystal rondelle, chain, Tigertail, and crimp beads. So you'll be able to see you've got that beautiful crystal rondelle, you've got the little lucky clover. We went with slightly different colored rondelles with this one, just to break it up a little bit, and we went with gold chain, so you get enough in here to make 2, so you'll get 2 of everything. So you've got the rainbow, you've then got the purple shimmer, so you can see, I mean, these are just so difficult to capture the true beauty of these, but you could just see that little hint of shimmer, just hear that little hint of purple shimmer. And then you have the corresponding kind of rondelles, and of course the clover. I just love that little lucky clover. I just think it's a really lovely addition to it. It just adds that little feature. You've got the half silver. Now this one I love, because the half silver is the one I showed you initially, the first one, and because it's kind of backed on the back with the silver, solid silver, it really just hits and sparkles. Again, matching silver, and then we've got blue shimmer, and you can see the blue shimmer here, again matching, and then finally the black diamond. And you can see here we've got this beautiful smoky color, really gorgeous, matching black and gold. Just really love these color combinations. So there you go, that's the ones that we've got. So let me show you the few that we've got. Now I think I've got one that we've made up. It might have been a sample one, so if I show you one with the colors, are very similar. Let's have a little look. So I'll see if I can put this up. We've got, I think this is the purple shimmer. Can you see? I will lay them down for you to see properly, but it's just sometimes it's quite nice to see them sort of in situ. I love this one. This is the one with the sort of the reddy mermaid rainbow one, I think this is. And then you've got this beautiful crystal. And then it's just broken up again with that lovely, I just think it's really beautiful combinations. And then what was the last one? I think it was this one. And again, that lovely black diamond. So you see that gorgeous. Sorry. Oh, Savannah's just come in. She's booted Benny out. So this is that beautiful black diamond. So it comes across all the way up to this lovely section up here. So let me put these down for you to have a look at. Morning, Karen. Right, let's go ahead, take you over and see what we can show you. Okay, so you can see here we've got, look at these beautiful large, look, you can see through them, large crystals, and then we've got our little matching rondelles. Now on this one I've done the layout, so as I said, I did two layouts really. So one layout is, I don't know if you can see this here, so you've got your crystal drop, you've got 3, then a section of chain, then your clover, then a section of chain, and then I did 10 and then a section of chain. But then on the other one I've done 5 at the bottom, 3, and then your crystal. So it really, the great thing about this is you can do these however you want. You know, this is completely your choice, however you want these to be. You've got your silvers as well, so it comes with your chain, okay, and your mermaid one, and I'll just check I've got the right one. Let me just have a quick triple check on that. Let me go back over to the Totally Beads and just check that I've got the right information. And then just to confirm that to you, we had the right ones. There are 2 silvers. Which one have I mixed up? So let me just, because I want you to see them properly. Oh, blue shimmer. Right, this was the one. So I think it might be the purple, this purple one that we've switched now. No, smoke is just this one. There we go. So we've got, there we go. So we've got 3 gold and 2 silver versions. That's it. Perfect. So there you go. That's your sort of colorways. How gorgeous are they? So you've got morning Sally, morning Laura, and everyone. I hope you're all well. The sun is trying to make an appearance in Torbay. Well, I think it may appear back here. Who knows? The sun just does its own thing, doesn't it? So these are the projects, as I said, really beautiful makes. I just really love the simplicity of them. And I just think also as a gift to give to somebody, maybe. I personally definitely need to get myself some of these kits to make myself some of these Suncatchers. I want one in my studio, because you know what, I'm looking in my studio and realizing I don't have Suncatcher in here, and that's an epic fail. So let's go ahead and have a little look. What one shall we recreate? Thinking maybe we could go, let's maybe go ahead and do a nice oh, it doesn't matter, does it? Let's have a little look. I have got this one here. Let's do rainbow. So we've got the beautiful rainbow crystal. We've got the beautiful clear crystals to go with this. And we went with the clear crystals on this variation because there was so much color going on with the Camille, the rainbow one. Well, funnily enough, therefore, let's do the rainbow one. So we went for this because we thought it was a really pretty combination. I think when you have the if you had it all in one color, it could be a little bit overwhelming. So just first of all, let's take a moment. How beautiful are these crystals, and not just the most beautiful. So we've got the matching sort of clover leaf to go with that, and then these beautiful little clear crystals that are just going to I don't know if I can really can you see that sparkle? Can you see that? Can you imagine when that sun hits that, how it's going to go pump? It's just going to look so pretty. I did try, I'm going to see if I can find a picture, to get a picture of this in the garden in the sun, because it looked so pretty. I'll see if I can find a picture. Okay, if I can show this. Can you see this? This was just out in our garden. Can you just see, and that was under a roof. So can you see already just how the crystals are starting to spread that light, how pretty that's going to look. So yeah, just to give you an idea of how that's going to come out. So what I did with mine was I left them with an undetermined length at the end. So I figured that basically you can then make these whatever length you want them to be. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is find all our tools. So for this, you're going to need basically some crimps, some Tigertail, some chain, and obviously your beads. Now, the reason that I went for the crimps was, instead of, say, a head pin, was because I liked the fluidity. I just feel it kept the fluidity of the chain. Whereas if you had like if you had head pins, then you get it's a little bit clunkier. And also I also felt that with the chain being quite fine, you needed to make sure you had a secure connection. So that's what I was thinking. Right, I just need to grab my Tigertail, because I have put mine to the side. So I'm just going to grab some Tigertail quickly from my little stash. Mine's over, I tidied my desk. Okie dokie. And I just need my crimp beads. Where did I put my crimp beads? Somewhere safe. Somewhere so safe. There they are, right next to me. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is to basically connect my crystal to my first part of my design. Now on all of them, the first part I did was actually add crystals on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what I want to do is take a crimp bead. This is a nice, really simple make. Now I didn't even round the crimps or anything like that. I just left them as they were. Now you can, if you do have a crimp, because also not everyone has a crimping tool. You know, you don't have to have crimping pliers to be able to use crimps. So what I'm going to do is pop on a crimp, bring my wire through, bring it up so I've got quite a nice, you want quite a nice size gap. You don't want to go really close to that crystal. And I'm going to come back up through that crimp bead. So both ends going through that crimp bead. And I know a lot of people know how to use crimps, but you know, not everybody does. If you're a starter or you're new to this, then you may not know. So I'm going to be going through this nice and simple. So I'm bringing this down, and I want, as I said, quite a nice little bit. I've frozen on Facebook. Oh no. Hi Maxine. Am I unfrozen? Carol, am I unfrozen? Let me have a quick look and see what's happening. Am I frozen? Am I unfrozen? Someone help. Well, I'm trying to go in now, so just try and make sure it doesn't all okay here. Well, Maxine can see me. Oh, phew. Panic then. Let's have a quick look if I can see me. Can I see me? I'll just move my hand so I can see that I am around. Yeah, I think there's a slight delay, but I can certainly see. Oh, hang on. I think, yeah, no, I can see me. Yeah, no, okay. I can see me on Facebook. So, okay, phew. Right, so I've got this going across. Now, what I do want to consider, if you've got crimping pliers, fabulous. And I do think you can get crimping pliers on Totally Beads, and they are a great asset. But if you haven't, don't worry, we can simply flatten them. Now, what you want, good morning, Mina. How are you today? Mina, sorry I'm late as I was catching up with work colleagues as I'm in the office today. Okay, so I'm going across. And what I want is to be able to have movement in that crystal. So I don't want it to be right across there, because otherwise it's just, I mean, you can, but I quite like it, because if that happens and it slips down, it's going to just look a bit wonky. I prefer it to have a little bit of breathing space. So I am going to show you both ways. I'm going to show you how to just flatten it with your pliers, which is nice and easy. But if you do have crimping pliers, how you can roll them as well. So if you want to just flatten them, you can just go ahead. And what I like to do is flatten them in the same direction as the edge of the crystal. So visually, when you look at it from the front, it's still going to look nice and streamlined. When it's to the side, it just ties in. It also keeps the direction of the beading threads in the right direction as well. I'm then going to go in with 1, 2, 3. I'll do 5. I'll do the second design. Now, you don't need to have the end of the beading tail there. I like to cut it down so that it's got about enough to just go through one of the beads. That's just my personal preference. 4 and 5. And there we have that. Okay. And then, not really seeing those very well, are you? I might have to change the crystals. I know it's only crystals, and I know you can see them fine. I'm thinking, should I change them? Oh, it's okay, isn't it? You can see it. Okay. You can see it. Okay, it's fine. So I then want to go ahead and add another crimp. So I'm going to add my crimp, directly onto my thread. Drop it all the way down. Now I don't need this much. I'm going to cut this, so I've got just a couple of inches. We get so much. I don't like to struggle with the beading thread. I like to be able to have enough to be able to go through comfortably without struggling. And at this point, I'm then going to take my chain, and I'm just going to go straight through that last link, bring it all the way around and back down. Now you can just go down through one. You can go down just through all of them if you've enough, or you don't have to go through any of them if you don't want to. But what I like to do is, where's my pliers gone? Hello, pliers. I see you. Is I like to hold the beading thread with my pliers and then pull to make sure I've got a really nice finish on that. And then I can cut, I can flatten. So again, I'm going to flatten in the edge so that they are all matching. No, it's not. I mean, it's not going to cause a fire. I don't think it will, Carol. Just seeing your message that you can hear they can cause fire. I guess the whole theory is like a light, constant wood. It's like putting a magazine light over grass, isn't it? I guess the theory, but these wouldn't do that. It's just light hitting and reflecting, and it will just rotate around. It's not going to cause a fire. These are, you can buy crystal sun catchers out. If they were a hazard, you wouldn't be allowed to do that. It's these are going to have movement as well, because you've got that constant movement, so the light will be bouncing around the room. It's not like a direct concentrated beam as such. Okay, So we've got this going across here. Now, this is where you can have a bit of fun. How long you want this chain to be, it's up to you. This is your design. I'm not going to give you measurements because I didn't measure mine. I looked at it and thought, ooh, that's a nice amount of space, and then I just cut. But you can, of course, be specific, but that would be your choice. I would say if you wanted to be specific, then I would advise, you know, plot it out, measure it, visually look at it and think, I want that much chain, I want that much crystals, and you can, of course, do that. So I've got my crystal, I've got my crystal attached with some crystals as that bridge, and that's all nicely attached. Also, I think I know obviously I said about, so I said about the chain, and this just gives a really nice, secure but also flexible finish. You could, of course, get some crimp covers, and you could pop some crimp covers over the edges if you don't want the crimps to be seen. But I think actually when you see it like that, it's absolutely fine. So I'm then going to take, and I'm going to just keep repeating this pattern really. So I'm now going to take my crimp bead, pop it. I'm actually going to pop mine onto the chain first, on that last bit of chain, and I can pop my crimp bead on, bring my wire up and through the crimp bead in the same way. And then just reduce that down so you've got a slightly shorter length. What I like to do is cut one length of beading thread and then just use that and reduce it down rather than cutting lots of different lengths off. Push that crimp bead down as close as you can. And then flatten, remembering to flatten so that you're going to go in that edge. Okay, and in a moment I'm going to show you how we can actually use our crimp and pliers if you want to. So again, I don't like to cut the tail really close to the bead. I get for my own peace of mind, I like there just to be a little bit. The only reason I ever cut it up close is if I can't physically get that thread back down through the bead. But these crystals have got gorgeous drill holes, so you are not going to have that issue. And look already, how pretty does that look already? Hi Ruby. Ruby said she loves this. She's going to give it a try. Oh, I really hope you do. I'd love to see everybody's interpretations of these because I just think they're so simple and fun, and also what a great gift. I've got some colleagues I know who some friends of mine who are moving to different cities just for educational purposes. You know, a friend of mine's going to be going to Birmingham and then off to Melbourne for part of her PhD, which is fantastic. And I would love to do. She's working today, so she's not going to see this, but her name is Sun, and so I would love to make. I'm going to make her one of these because it's a Suncatcher, and you know, new homes. What a great gift to welcome to your new home. That's just how my mind thinks, anyway. So again, you pop your crimp on before you add your chain, and then I'm going to just take my chain, pop it through. And again, just be careful that if you do have that little tail, that it doesn't come out and you don't forget to put it back in before you lock it into place. Okay, just to keep it nice and tidy. And then I'm going to go straight back down. Make sure you've got all of those in place. So as I said, I like to take hold of the wire that is obviously the stable wire, and you can always tell because if you can pull the end and the loop moves, you've got the right wire. And then just bring that all the way down, and then just again flatten, and then just cut that edge. Also, just be, I don't know if you notice when I go to cut the edge, it's a habit I do, but I will pull you know, to separate that away from the edge of the bead. But with my hand, I'm also just gently pulling that chain to give me a really lovely space to cut. So far we've got going across. I'm going to do a slightly smaller part, and I'm just going to, again, this is visual. You can measure. I'm just looking at it and thinking, I'm going to do this. Now I want to pop on my little clover. Now this clover is two-sided, double-sided, so I want to try to aim it to have the same colour going across as the crystal. And we're going to repeat that same process. So I am going to just pop this through, and then I'm going to collect. Now I'm going to show you how I can use the crimping pliers. So if you have got crimping pliers, there's different versions, but just to show you, we can how we can kind of tweak it. Most of them will have this little V and then your little sections. I like to go in and go straight in with that V and crunch it, and then just gently take those pliers and just round that into a little round shape. Now again, you do not have to do that if you don't have crimping pliers. You've seen how you can just use your standard pliers, but I do think it's nice to know how you can use your crimping pliers if you do have them, and then you just pop that on, and then again I'm going to pop my crimp bead on, drop it all the way down. Where did my chain go? And then pop on my chain. Again, bring that all, I like to just bring that all the way down. Hold that nice and close. And again, if you want to, you might struggle with the slightly shaped ones just to get that rolled crimp, because it's just a little bit of a gap to go into. You can try. That's why sometimes it's easier just to stick to it as it was. I think I'm just going to leave that one like that, because that was just going to be a bit of a fight to try to get that shaped, unless I'd left a bit of a gap. And then pop. And then you have your whole piece done just like that. And then when it comes to the top of these, you've got some choices. I mean, a lot of time you could just add yourself, I mean, you could on that last link just pop on a little bit of beading thread and tie it with a loop, secure it with a crimp, and have that as something that can be looped over. The other thing you can do is like a little slip knot. I'm going to do this with one of the darker ones just to show you a bit more chain on this. So if you did a little slip knot, or taught someone, put instructions for someone to do a little slip knot if they wanted to, you can take the end, loop it around your finger, and then just sort of fold so you create a little loop. Okay, just so you can see a little loop, and then you almost want to like fold the chain that's left, the shorter end. I'm just going to fold it and bring it up into that loop. So bringing it up, and then just let the loop that you created first close, and then that will give you a little chain slip knot that you could kind of just place that in there, attach, and you can maybe drop a crystal on the end there. So that would be a little clasp if you wanted to. Also use a hook, clasp and jump ring, 100%. Yeah, there's loads you can do. I mean, if you want it to be all in one, you've got a little link there. You can use a hook clasp, 100%. You could just leave it, pop a jump ring on the end if you wanted to. So let's just pop a jump ring on the end and just see. This one. So I've got a silver jump ring here. To be honest, you could just pop a large jump ring on the end. You just need to make sure you can get that onto the chain, because the chain is quite fine. Let me just come in here. So by that I mean this is a 1mm jump ring. That jump ring won't go through. So if that's the case, because it is a very fine chain, but if that was the case, then I would probably do just getting another crimp. I would probably do a little bit of a tiger's thread, and then maybe, so because you could almost, no, we don't need any more crystals. So what I would probably be tempted to do, come on, one direction, in the other direction, just bring them across like so, so you've got that loop. And then again, just take your pliers, oh, that was, there we go. And then you could just do that as a loop. I did a bad crimp on there, that was my mistake. Bad crimp. Let's try that again. Pop it on to that last link and then just back through. Let's just flatten it. So you've got your hip loop there. I'll just go over anything you might want it to go over. And you could even add a jump ring or whatever to that. But yeah, I probably would just add something like this and then tidy that up, because that's a nice, easy to hang clasp. You can just hook that over anything you want to hook it. And that's going to be a secure link for you to attach your beautiful Suncatcher. So if I hold this up, and also how quick and easy is that to make? So let's just hold this up by the hook, and then you can see you've got your beautiful rainbow Suncatcher there. Isn't that lovely? And just see how it moves. Even if it's not sunny, how pretty is that going to look just in your front room? Or I definitely need this in my studio, and just in that window when that sun comes through, it's just going to bounce those rainbow shines all the way around your room. So that is your basically that's your Suncatcher. Let's take 2 seconds, hop back over to Totally Beads and have a quick look. There we are, at how you can get hold of one of these and make your own. So go over to your totallybeads.co.uk, and then you've got your video tutorials, Lucky Drop Suncatcher. There's your tutorial, which is obviously this recording, and then you have your 5 different versions. So you have your black diamond, your blue shimmer, your half silver, your purple shimmer, and your rainbow. So the rainbow, oh sorry, rainbow was gold that we used. I went with I did it in the silver version. So again, it goes to show you could do it in any color you want. The big crystals are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? I've been dying to do something with these crystals for so long, so I'm really pleased that I've been able to put this little project together. And it's something a little bit different, isn't it? You know, if you want to gift somebody that you don't know what they like, it's really lovely little thing to do. And imagine it's in a child's bedroom as well. So yeah, check out the website. £8.49 at the moment instead of £9.99, so an amazing deal. And you have enough to make two. So that's less than £5 a Suncatcher. I think that for me is just a no-brainer. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's short and sweet, but I just think it is what it is. It's a lovely, simple, classic project. Please, if you do get your kits, let me know which version you went for and how it turned out. And if you changed up the design, because remember, you don't have to do the same design I did. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to be back for a couple. We'll be on tomorrow evening doing a lovely chainmail design. But I won't be back on a Wednesday for a couple of weeks now because I am off on my holidays, which I'm excited for. So I'm going to say I hope the sun does come out for those of you who don't have it yet. Thank you for joining me as always. And yeah, I hope you have a really lovely week.